2011, and we recommend the following actions. Number one, to amend and appropriate $325 to the Parks and Recreation budget 7109-41300. This $325 is the payments they're getting for the class at Max Meadows to pay 2 teachers.
Can you give us an example of some class?
No, I can't. My needs won't allow it.
Okay. This comes from a committee and needs no second. Any discussion? Do a roll call vote on it, Martin?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. 7-4, none opposed.
Number two, in the future, to include future amendments and appropriations for funds recovery on the consent calendar for approval. Gary Cody is doing a great job getting lots of classes going, and instead of running it through budget, just send it to consent calendar.
Okay. Recommendation from the budget committee. Any discussion? Do a roll call vote on it, Gene? Aye.
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 Aye. All right. Number three, to accept proposal with Mary Earhart for completing the SAS 112 accounting work for the audit. And the way I understand it, this will be the last time.
Discussion. Roll call vote, Martin.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. 7-4, none opposed. Is that it?
That's it.
Water committee.
Okay, the Water Committee met on Monday, October the 17th, 2011, and make the following recommendations. To accept DLB's bid on Schedule 2 of Lot 24 wastewater improvement projects at a cost of $352,195,000, and to request a recommendation from the county attorney on whether to retain the bid bond from the contractor who claimed an error in the bid.
Recommendation today, but I'll have to give you one shortly.
Okay.
You want to wait on the county attorney's recommendation before we...
Well, actually,
Well,
we go ahead and
I was
award.
gonna say we can go ahead and award this
Okay.
Thing, I think.
Okay, you've heard the motion, need no second, any discussion?
Now, basically what we're voting on is just the award to DLB.
right.
Well, I'm asking the county attorney to give us an opinion on this.
Well, that's what I wanted to know about, what are we doing?
Well, I mean, I guess really you're talking about voting on it like it says, because we're talking about asking him for his opinion on whether or not we need to ask
There
him
was
to
a,
get
there was
that
a
bid
company
bond
that
back.
gave a bid that was considerably lower than
Yeah.
everybody else.
I saw that in the.
Yeah, but then they claimed that, they made a mistake, and
Yeah.
so, but the bond was how much, Ken?
5%.
5% of the contract.
Yeah, I saw they were a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
I think there had to be something then.
Okay, any more discussion? Do a roll call vote, Gene?
Aye.
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 7-4, none opposed.
All right, the next one is to accept change order number 1 for the Wistful to Rural Retreat Water Extension Project, which adds 9,420 linear feet of 12-inch water line on Radio Road This change order will modify the contract price by $544,470, and it's gonna add 100 working days.
Any discussion?
Well, the question that comes to my mind now, and it didn't, I apologize, it didn't in the water committee. I understand, where this is going, it's beyond where the tank is gonna be and everything like that. This additional 100 days, will it affect, the beginning of service for people on this side of the water tank? Okay. So there won't be basically a 3-month delay.
Actually, the construction of the water tank will dictate, which is another contractor,
Right.
when the water line goes into service.
Okay.
And it's currently under construction, my understanding.
Any more discussion? Do a roll call vote on this, Martha.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
No. Well, that brings us down to the county administrator's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First item we have is a letter to the board and myself from Robinson Farmer Cox and Associates, which describes the understanding of services between the auditor and Wood County for the year that ended on June 30th, 2011. Read that agreement, and it's my opinion that the letter does accurately set forth the understanding between Wood County and the auditors. Part of that is a requirement, current regulations that require the board to, I guess, the right wording, to acknowledge that they've read and understand these commitments also. And they should take a vote by the board that they acknowledge they've read and understand.
And it won't be Corbin, it'll be a different person.
Actually, Corbin will be here.
Oh, okay. I thought we had discussed that they would change within.
We did discuss that, and because of their scheduling, the new contract with Corbin begins, but this is actually last year's auditing work
Right.
for the FY11. instead
So
of
he'll be
12.
finishing it. Well, then I move that we accept this contract from Robertson Farmer Cox Associates.
We moved and seconded. Any more discussion?
There's not any real changes in this, is there?
It's not actually a contract, you're
It's
just
just a-
acknowledging
Right.
that these are the conditions.
But this is basically what we've always.
Yes.
Okay.
Any more discussion? Let's do a roll call vote on it. Gene?
Aye.
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 No. Thank you.
The second part of the Robinson Farmer Cox is a system review report where they've been audited themselves on their practices, how they perform audits. They've got a clear audit on themselves. Last time I included for information, just for the board's knowledge of some of the items that Mr. Grant has to put together for the auditors prior to them getting here, which is a pretty substantial list. Keeps the county division very busy preparing documents.
Is this the 67 things?
item I would include with the board package is very much an informational item, the local government survey on that PDOT put out that all the county administrators and county managers had to fill out. It shows a lot of concern out of the government of how PDOT's doing their business, maintaining roads. I don't also discuss devolution and some other things that PDOT's trying to, would like the counties and towns to take over, which is probably not a good idea. Didn't look that closely when you speak to your legislators. It really talks about the underfunding and maintenance ability of PDOT to maintain roads in localities. Next item from VDOT is Chapter 870 revisions. This was presented to the Commonwealth Transportation Board last week. If you run through all this information, what it's really telling you is that VDOT will soon tell you who and when people can connect to the secondary road system. It really is a backdoor way of managing land use in the Commonwealth.
So this is basically saying that in the future, if you want to put a driveway in, you've got to have to get VDOT's permission to do it on any road.
It's more concerned, under the Code of Virginia, private driveways, you can put one about anywhere. For a commercial driveway, it means that you potentially could have to come back and improve the roadway. Next item is a letter to Dallas Sizemore. We presented our, Joyce Engineering is presenting on our behalf all the information required for termination of post-closure of land. We look forward to finalizing that after a period of 18 years now. Hopefully we'll get a favorable response.
Isn't that call for some kind of a celebration?
Well, if we're successful, it'll be a celebration.
All right.
That would be a huge savings on an annual basis, tens of thousands of dollars. The next two items are items from the Commonwealth Attorney Budget Committee. Didn't have opportunity to look at. It's two requests from the Commonwealth Attorney to amend and appropriate and transfer money from the asset forfeiture. Those accounts are under his control. They repay the county for expenditures that we've already performed.
They'll take motions.
I will make a motion that we transfer from asset forfeiture account to account number 48202, furniture and fixtures, the amount of $6,208.28 to cover the purchase of KM BizHub 223 black and white digital copier for the Commonwealth Attorney's Office.
Second.
You've heard the motion and the second. Any discussion? Roll call vote, Martha.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 9-7, 4, none opposed.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to request a transfer from account number 48220, lease equipment, to account 48202, furniture and fixtures, for the amount of $11. Okay, but he's had other money in it. Okay, I knew he couldn't buy those. $911.71 to help purchase 5 replacement Dell computers.
Second. Moved and second. Discussion. Roll call, Gene.
Aye.
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 still on computer.
Well, I read it when I, read it at home, and I knew he had that $7,000 in there, but just